Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or how many times you clicked on my channel. Welcome. Today we're going to be doing my November TBR. I don't have many books here. I don't even have any mangas here, but it is what it is, you know? Okay, I have 12. It's 12. I already know. I have 12 books here. Randomly just picked them. So let's just get right into it. The first book I have is History of Wolves. This is by Emily Fridland. Sure. This story is following. It's following a teenage girl named Linda who lives with her parents in an abandoned commune in rural Minnesota. When outsider Linda is taken under the wing of a seemingly ideal family across the lake, she's suddenly drawn into a secret she doesn't understand, and over the course of the summer, makes a set of choices that reverberate throughout her life. The next two books that I have are connected, and that is Winter and Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This is the fourth and final book in the Luna Chronicles, and this is a short story collection, I believe. Novella, something like that. But I believe this comes after Winter. So yeah. But if you don't know what this series is about, it's following a few people. It's a reimagining, retelling of Cinderella, which is Cinder, Scarlet, which is Red Riding Hood, Cress, which is Rapunzel, Winter, who is Snow White, and you're basically following this story where Cinder is a cyborg, and she is similar to Cinderella, and she finds out some things, and there is a world where there's another species who are basically trying to take over Earth, mate with Earth, whatever. I'm finally ready to be finished with this. I'm actually probably going to unhaul this series just because I have given each book 3 stars. Besides, I read Fairest a couple months ago, and I did enjoy Fairest, mainly because it was about the villain. So yeah, but I'm kind of just ready to be over this series, which is why I'm going to finish it this month, and I'm probably going to unhaul it. The next book I have is In the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. And I think I said that. Khalid, excuse me. This is the third book that that I will be reading by him. I've read The Kite Runner and Go 1,000 Splendid Suns. But I can't remember what this book is about, but I believe it's a story of Roddensko setting I believe it's kind of exactly what I love. It's about bonds between people and how do they define us and shape our lives and what it means to be human. It's about 2 motherless siblings in an Afghan village. That's pretty much all I need to know. All I want to know. I know I'm probably gonna cry. I'm probably gonna give this 5 stars because I've given all these books 5 stars. They're heart wrenching. They're captivating, and they put you in a world that we don't normally see. Alright, the next book I have is All the Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in All the Stars and Teeth. I have it right here. All the Stars and Teeth. This book is about a princess who basically gets her powers taken away because something happens at her coronation. Excuse me. She's supposed to be a soul wielder or something like that, master of souls, and she ends up losing her powers trying to save her family, and some other crazy shit happens. This is just picking up on that. I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4, maybe 4.5 stars. I can't remember. I read it a couple. I think I read it last year, but I'm not too sure. I am reading this because I'm just trying to finish a duology. I'm trying to feel completed in the year of 2023. So if I read this one, I should finish the duology. Okay, the next book I have is We Are the Origin by C.M. Lockhart. Um, I had been following this author for a while, and then I ended up meeting her in Virginia, and she signed it, and I'm just so excited about it. The second one is out. We Are Dying Gods. We Are a Dying God, I believe. Gods is the second one in the series. Um, but so this is really all I want to read for the book, but I'm really gonna love it so much. When you stand before the gods, tell them Brandy sent you. Like, what? Forced into a life of serving the queendom before she was old enough to deny them, Brandy was the cultivator of death and the queen's own blade, reserved only for the disloyal and the blasphemous. Crafted by the queendom and forged in blood, she was nothing more than a tool. She was never meant to have an opinion on whose blood she shed, never meant to question whose back she was pressed into or whose throat she has slipped across. Was slipped across, excuse me. But some things are about to happen, some things are about to change. And I'm here for like actually look at this cover. Alright, another book that I have is a part of duology that I'm happy to be finished. Again, because I'm trying to finish some duology series that I have on my shelves. And this is Redemptor by Jordan E. Fueko. This is the second book in the Raybearer series. Duology, I should say. It's right here. Grab it. It's the second book in Raybearer. And if you don't know what this is about, I'm just gonna read it for you. It says, "What if you're sworn to protect the one you were born to destroy?" Tasari has always longed for the warmth of a family. She was raised in isolation by a mysterious, often absent mother known only as the Lady. When Tasari comes of age, the Lady sends her to the capital of the global empire of Asar, to compete with other children to be chosen ones of the Crown Prince's Council of 11. If she's picked, she'll be joined with other council members through the ray, a bond deeper than blood. That closeness is irresistible to Tasari, but the lady has other ideas, including a magical wish that Tasari is compelled to obey, kill the crown prince once she's gained his trust. Tasari won't stand by and become someone's pawn, but is she strong enough to choose a different path for herself? With extraordinary, okay, that's the last of it. But yeah, I read this book. I gave it 5 stars. I love it so much. This was one of the winners in the Shaded Choice Awards, and rightfully so. So I am finally excited to go ahead and pick up the second one and just be finished and just know the ending. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, the next book that I have is The Self-Made Metal. That Self-Made Metal by Brittany N. Williams. I am picking this up because I believe she's going to Y'all Fest, and I'm also going to Y'all Fest. So I wanted to read this. But this has recently just come out. It says, all the world's a stage and a new heroine is about to make her grand entrance. 16-year-old Jonah Sands creates and maintains the stage blades for William Shakespeare's acting company, The King's Men, using her magical ability to control metal, a power gifted to her by the Orisha. That's it. That's all you need to know. Hello? Look at the cover. Look at the cover. It's so beautiful. Okay. In keeping with wanting to finish series, the next book I have is The Burning God. This is by R.F. Kuang. This is the third and final book in the Poppy War series. I have loved every book that I've read for the Poppy War, and I have actually had this on my TBR a few times this year, and I just never got to it. So I am excited to get to it now. If you don't know what the Poppy War is, even though I've talked about it like 100 million times at this point, and a brilliantly imagined talent makes her. Why did it say that there? Oh, okay, whatever. That was a blurb. Okay, so the Poppy War is following this girl named Ren, who is pretty much living in poverty, and she's living in this kingdom. It's not really a kingdom, but she's living in this empire where she lives in a small village with her aunt, who pretty much took her in after being an orphan. And she no longer wants to live this life, and so she studies to enter into one of the hardest military schools. And obviously she gets in, but some things are not how they were seen. This book is written with war, all different types of things. Like, it is also a pool. I believe that there is some historical inspiration from, I believe, a Chinese, I want to say Chinese, war that happened a long time ago. But I love the series. I want to emphasize again that this isn't an adult fantasy. This is an adult fantasy. There are so many trigger warnings for this, so I would definitely look into this series if you are easily triggered by war crimes, things that happen during war, things that happen to women during war, and just all types of things. Just to name a few, trigger warning for body mutilation, um, castration, death, skinning, burning, defecating on, just triggers. Okay, so go into this mindful, but also it's an amazing series. Actually, this is the Poppy War. I don't know why I didn't pull it out. I have it literally sitting right here on my shelves. The Poppy War. But it was phenomenal, so I do recommend reading it, but just be warned for those if you're not used to adult fantasy. Okay, a book that Princess and I are supposed to be buddy reading is The First Binding. This is by R. Verdi. I believe this is following a woman, a person, this is following a, let's see. I'm just going to read it because I remember, but I don't want to give you like off my memory. I'm just going to read it for you. All legends are born of truth and just as much lies. These are mine. Judge me for what you will, but you will hear my story first. I buried the village of Ampar under a mountain of ice and snow. Then I killed their god. I've stolen old magics and been cursed for it. I started a war with those who walked before mankind and those the princess I love and wanted to save. I've called lightning and bound fire. I am legend. I am a monster. My name is Ari. And this is the story of how I let loose the first evil. This book is thicky thick. But I'm supposed to be buddy reading it with Princess. So I still need to talk to her about how we're going to be reading this. Alright, and last but certainly not least are two books that are in the same series. One's a reread that wasn't planned, but it's a reread now just because it's been so long. And that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And then also I'll be reading Assassin's Blade, also by Sarah J. Maas. I I'm a stickler on reading things in chronological order or just like publishing order, and I did not do, okay, that's not fair. I started it. I didn't know about A Court of Thorns and Roses. I thought that came out before Throne of Glass, but apparently not. So I've already read the series out of order, and then I just read, I said series, but I read the books out of publication order. And then I just read House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City, whatever you want to call it. So at this point, it doesn't really matter how I read it anymore. But I'm not going to say anything spoilery, but I do need to finish and read the Throne of Glass series. I do own all of them besides Assassin's Blade. So I will be reading this. And if you don't know what this is about, she is a deadly assassin who basically is locked up. She's an 18-year-old girl who is serving life sentence. And so one of the prince from the kingdom comes and takes her out of jail so that she can compete for him in the king's game. That's basically the gist of this story. And then you're just going to figure out why she's so badass. But I do need to reread this because I just don't remember enough about it to continue on in the series. So I will be rereading it, and I believe I'm going to read Assassin's Blade first, just because. These are it. These are all the books that I plan on reading for November. If I get through all of them and I have more time, I might pick them up. But last month I made a TBR of like 16, and I have not read all 16 of them. So I think I need to pull back just a little bit of how many books I'm putting on my TBR. And yeah, that's it. My finger is really itchy. I'm so sorry. That's why I keep scratching. I don't know why my fingers are itchy, but my hand is swollen, so that could be why too. It's making it extremely itchy. Anyways, I don't know why I knew that information. But yeah, that's it. That's all that I have. I will link all these stuff. But yeah, these are all the books. Guys, this is a nice little stack, of books that luckily I'm in some worlds that I'm loving, so hopefully it'll push my reading forward. Some new worlds that I'm very interested to get in, some heartbreak, and some ones that I'm just ready to be done with. But yes, that is all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books that I talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine how you didn't come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.